So the National Football League officially made it officially to the clubs that the 2021 version of the NFL scouting combine will be canceled. Right. So it makes sense. A couple hundred players, coaches, scouts, all flying in, then being in close proximity, knocking out a few steaks and a few cocktails and a couple shrimp cocktails at St. Elmo's, and then flying home. Yeah, it's probably not ideal. NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero tweeted this out on Monday, quote, the NFL just informed clubs the 2021 Scouting Combine officially is changing formats per source. No in-person workouts, pro days on campus instead. All virtual interviews and psychological testing, limited in-person medical exams, likely in early April. A whole new world. End quote. Pelissero's kid's probably just watching Aladdin, but nah. So the NFL said that they're reimagining the combine, but I mean, not really. They're basically just canceling it. This is going to be wild. Like, this is going to be like pre-combine days where teams with shoddy scouting staffs are just going to be drafting dudes off of like internet big boards and just throwing darts like, he's probably good. All right. This is from the NFL.com write-up. Quote, among the alterations will be no in-person workouts at the Combine, as they will take place at colleges' pro days. All interviews and psychological testing will be virtual, and there will be limited in-person medical exams. The largest change to the traditionally week-long showcase of college prospects in February is that due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, there will be no in-person workouts at the Combine 2021. That's what she said. Instead, any workouts will take place on the individual pro days on college campuses. Yes, you're repeating yourself. The league added it would work with individual schools to achieve consistency in the drills and testing that takes place, with each NFL team gaining access of video for the workouts. Schools will be asked to conduct virtual media availabilities with combine invitees to help promote the prospects and the 2021 NFL draft. So I love how they just put in there, they're trying to get consistency in drills because, like we talked about last week, their pro days are notoriously shoddy and slanted towards the player at some schools. Like we alluded to, that there are certain schools where the 40-yard dash track slope, slight decline, as well as allegedly lengthening the jumps. There's ways to do it. But, the thing about the combine, too, is how prospects just interact with each other and how do they perform in a high-pressure situations, because it is certainly a lot more lax when you're on your own campus, you're on your own pro day, you have your own coaches, you probably have your own receivers. It's much more player-friendly in the measurements as well, because imagine, so say you're a quarterback in the throwing drills, and you're QB2, but QB1 just drops a dime in the bucket, like a 40-yard frozen rope outside the numbers, just like, wow, amazing. Now, how are you going to react in front of 32 teams worth of GMs and coaches and scouts? Like, are you just going to shrivel up looking at like a wide receiver from West Texas that you've never seen before in your life? Yeah, drop a dime to him. Like, what are you going to do? Like, I want to know how the player is going to react to that, but we lose all that. Plus, the Combine is where decision makers get together, and that's where trades start getting hashed out. Like, the Combine is where the Percy Harvin trade details got rolling in 2013. Even though Spielman at the Combine said, we have no intention of trading Percy Harvin at this time. Also, the Combine is where agents meet with execs and try to get extensions done. Or sometimes Ben Dogger tries to fight Rob Brzezinski. I got Robbie B all damn day, by the way. Ben Dogger is like 4'2". So basically, teams are going to end up making multi-million-dollar decisions on selecting 21, 22, 23-year-old kids from a Zoom chat. And then some numbers that a school obviously benefits from if they're fluffed up just a little bit. Right, so notice how a couple of schools' players' times just magically get better from the Combine to the Pro Day. Now, yes, players can get healthier. They get more in shape. They get training specifically for the drills. I get it. But sure, every single year, nearly every player, okay. And I do like the solution of filming every drill, because scouts like relying on their own stopwatches anyway. I mean, that's why you see at the Combine, even though they have official times and whatnot, every single scout is sitting in the Indianapolis bleachers like, jotting down. And also, the measurements are big. I mean, they are, because especially when it comes to arm length with offensive tackles and edge rushers and corners, and also hand size for quarterbacks and receivers. Like, are we really going to trust a third party? Or is this going to be like a thing where you try to reverse engineer it, where you have the video of the quarterback getting his hand measured, and then you find something in the background that can be your legend for measurement, like maybe a picture frame. Maybe you have like a glossy 8x11 on the wall behind you, so you go off by that. Like, this is going to get deep. This is going to get crazy. And also the medical checks. So they wrote this, quote, in addition, the NFL is currently working alongside club physicians and trainers to develop a way in which to obtain comprehensive medical information on each of the invited prospects. In-person testing will be available for a certain number of prospects at design locations, likely in early April. So certain number of prospects. And imagine if you're a team that is interested in Wyatt Davis, like one of the best interior offensive linemen in this draft, but of course the knee issue, which had been bugging him all season, but then came to a head against Alabama when he went out with the game with that knee injury. And you're not going to be allowed to have, potentially, not going to be allowed to have your team doctors, your medical staff check out his knee. Like, they're just going to get his chart. They're just going to be like, all right. It's going to be like Twitter doctors, like diagnosing an injury. It's like, well, he's probably out forever. Or it's just a tweak. Probably out for... So, man... that is a gamble. Or what about like Jalen Waddle's ankle? Even though, yes, he returned to the national title game, but you want to make sure that you're going to be good to go there. Like, if you're the Lions at 7, are you going to draft Jalen Waddle? You want to check out that ankle just a little bit, especially for a guy who's known for his speed. Yeah. So this draft is going to be wild. Now, it is always dumb and obtuse to be so dismissive and declarative, like, no chance a player X is going to fall out of the XYZ or fall to this spot or do whatever. Like, it's really dumb to do that in a normal year, but doubly so this year, because you got no idea. I mean, first-round locks are going to fall deep into day 2. Guys that you have as a fourth-round projection on your big board might go first round. Like, it's going to be insane. Buckle up. Like, this is going to be the most fun draft in NFL history. It's going to be wild. I like it. But your thoughts. NFL canceling the combine and the ramifications. Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.